In this video, we're going to learn how to set up and label using the civil labeler a point showing the lat long of a position. To get started, we need to make sure that we have the appropriate item types available to us in our workspace. So if we go to our item types manager, in my workspace here, I have a lat long point entry for start latitude and start longitude. I did not create these. I copied these in from the examples workspace that is delivered with ORD 2023 or ORD 2024. If you don't have these copied into your workspace, and in particular I'm in a library where I store my item types in this workspace, you can right-click on libraries and select load temporary library. Go pick the DGN lib where the item types are, and then you can copy and paste those item types using the item types manager. The key here is on this lat long point for start latitude, start longitude is the expression. And so you'll see the expression there that it will return the latitude information, and this one will return the longitude information. Once you have your item types in your workspace for your point, then you can go to your text favorites, and we need to build a text favorite that calls on those item types. And so in here I have an entry for a prefix of LAT for lat and long, and then I have in here where I've selected the item type, lat long point, start latitude, item types, lat long point, start longitude, and you can set your accuracies here if you want to change those. You can also, if you want to, turn on Save Preview. I like to leave this here just for my testing purposes, maybe come back and change the preview later. So now that you have your item type set up, your text favorite manager set up, the last thing to do is to set up a label definition for Civil Labeler. So I've got one created here called coordinates lat long. I have picked my text favorite, and then I have put in a prompt and also the prompt type, so select for the first and then the same as one for the second entry, second target. Then in your placement category, make sure this is set to select elements, and then go ahead and pick your appropriate element template for your civil label definition, also where you want your leader, and if you want a border and a text divider. And also I turned on view horizontal so that it'll honor the rotated view. So the settings should suffice. And last but not least, we need to have a feature definition where those item types are going to be associated. So if I go down to my point features, I've got an entry in here for Kogo point, and I look at the properties, and you'll see that I have two item types attached to this. One of those is under location, I have the lat long point assigned to this, so that way when the Kogo point is placed, it will have those item types automatically on there, and so you want to make sure that is enabled. Now we can go ahead and do a test. So I'm going to jump over to a file where I have geometry. And it is important here to state that you must have a coordinate system attached to your file to be able to do a lat long label. If you do not have a coordinate system attached, it will not work. And so I have one attached. I'm going to go to place a geometric point. My feature definition is Kogo point, where they have those item types attached. So I'm just going to place a point out here in space. And then I'm going to go to my drawing production civil labeler. And I'm going to go down to my section here for my lat long. So that's under my plan points, lat long. And when I click place, make sure you zoom in really tight. You want to make sure that you're snapping to the center of this point. And so then as you place that label, I've made this text extra big for demonstration purposes, then you'll go in and you'll see those values. So there is your lat long entries. And you can place as many of these, as you want. Just make sure that you're snapping to the center of your tick, and also make sure that you have your coordinate systems attached before you actually place your label. So that's how you set it up and how you label a point with lat long.